Yeah, I know we were talking before, and you were saying that you love hunting moose. So it's your favorite game.
That is the ultimate as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing like getting one riled up and getting them in close.
Yeah. So you call them in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Primarily, we use tree stands.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do.
Okay.
They do a lot of ground hunting. But when we first started, we started in the Kapuskasing area. That's the James Bay lowlands. And it's just clay and bog and swamp. Like it was dirty. It was a hellhole that we were hunting in. But the good thing about it is nobody else went in there. We had the whole area to ourselves. And we learned how to hunt moose there. And luckily, there was a ton of moose there. So we thought we were good, but we didn't have a clue. If we could go back in time and know what we know now, hell, it'd be a dangerous spot for moose to be.
You're listening to the Letdown Podcast.
It's like buck fever.
One shot at a time.
That's a big part.
They're pretty good. And then I watched the
Well, thank you.
the recap of all the shots, and then your two daughters talking, and then the reactions to and your wife's reaction to the bear, the deer, and then the turkeys and the moose. There's a couple of moose ones, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, actually. I'm going to, after we're done here.
Well,
I'm
it
gonna
was
watch
fun
after.
doing it.
I had to hit record because this is the most Justin said in 20 episodes.
Well, it's not the most, but
Total word count is more in that past 40 seconds.
probably.
Over the total, 20 episodes?
No, I had a few good ones in there. But
anyways, we'll get into it. I just wanted to welcome Rick Marchand to the show. Wanted to at least we'll start off I think I want to start off before just us hunting, and talk about you as a hunter and an archer first. When did you get into the sport of archery?
Been doing it a long time.
Chris, were you born yet?
Yeah,
I wasn't even born yet.
I was 4 years
Yeah,
old.
thanks for that.
No.
I was 4 years old. Yeah.
You got lots of years of experience then, Rick.
Oh, yeah, it's a great sport. It's the best sport going, both hunting and the archery tournaments.
And did you start off as a bow hunter, or did you?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
In 1977, I was 16, and they were having the first moose hunt in Ontario. And it was in a trial area, and it was called 23A, and the A was for archery. So the unit of 23 right now, it was only a small subdivision of that was allocated for archery. So my brother and I went out and bought bows that summer. We didn't know anything about bows. Not many people did. There was nobody around to help us. We would practice in a gravel pit at 200 feet. We didn't know you had to use yards. We had no sights. We had a piece of hockey tape on the inside of the riser, and at 50 feet, we had a pen line.
Nice.
60 feet of pen line. And
Wow.
we couldn't hit the broadside of a barn door. So fast forward to opening day of moose season, 1977.
Jesus.
I emptied my quiver twice and never even come close to two bulls standing beside each other.
Wow.
Times have changed.
And what kind of bows would those have been? Were you shooting long
I
bows?
had it was called a black bear, made by Bear, and my brother had a whitetail hunter, which was a real beaut.
Do you still have it?
God, no. I'm lucky to have my memory.
So let's fast forward a bit, and when would you have gotten your first moose with a bow?
Oh, okay. Well, in 77, I was living down south. I moved up to Timmins in 86. So I think it was 88 I got my first moose. Actually, I shot 3 that year.
Really? Wow.
Nice. That's
I've been pretty lucky with the moose, actually.
Yeah, I know we were talking before, and you were saying that you love hunting moose. So it's your favorite game.
That is the ultimate as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing like getting one riled up and getting them in close.
Yeah. So you call them in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Primarily, we use tree stands.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do.
Okay.
They do a lot of ground hunting. But when we first started, we started in the Kapuskasing area. That's the James Bay lowlands. And it's just clay and bog and swamp. Like it was dirty. It was a hellhole that we were hunting in. But the good thing about it is nobody else went in there. We had the whole area to ourselves. And we learned how to hunt moose there. And luckily, there was a ton of moose there. So we thought we were good, but we didn't have a clue. If we could go back in time and know what we know now, oh, hell, it'd be a dangerous spot for moose to be.
And I guess what other animals would you have been hunting at that time? Would it just been moose, or
What have I hunted or what have I shot?
let's go with
It's
both?
just the same question.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of small game.
Yeah.
Rabbit. Like when I was living in Timmins, rabbits and grouse, thousands of them. I actually shot a black
Jeez.
wolf one year.
Wow.
Bears, enjoyed bear hunting. Turkey hunting is right up there right now that I'm in southern Ontario again. And white-tailed deer. Whatever you can hunt in Ontario other than elk, I have hunted it.
So is there an animal you haven't hunted that you just wish you had an opportunity to get after?
Actually, I said that to my wife the other day. We were watching an elk show. And it would be nice to, like, TV shows the easy part of it, right? You see one elk, you see a herd of 40. But that's not always the case. Like, these guys are working to see that. But yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to go on an elk hunt.
It's not too
Just,
late.
just to hear them bugle,
That'd
just to
be
hear them
great,
call
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I still love that. Well, when a male moose grunts at you, so that gets me. That gets
Let's
my
hear
blood
your moose grunt, Chris.
I don't know if it'll. I'm not that great at it, but I got the. It's like oh, sorry. Oh, oh.
That's
So,
pretty good.
that's not
Yeah,
bad.
that'll do the trick.
It did the trick this year. I got a cow to turn broadside doing that because she was running away from me.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It was never shot one before. It was
Yeah, the first
it-
one's always good, eh?
yeah, and it's not just the it's not just the shooting of it. It's all the experiences after too. Like, and I think we'll get into that after as well. But like just because it was just my brother, my dad. My dad's getting on. He's about 76 now. So, and my wife was there, and it was just the four of us. And man, oh man, when we got back to the cottage and we got it hung up, we were just elated, right? And you just taught the story. It was all night. I was like king of the night, just talking about the story and how I shot this. And it's there's nothing like it, like and
Good memories.
yeah, I think I talked to this with Bruno as well on the show. We talked about how there's nothing like after the hunting's done and you're sitting back. Like, people think we're all these bloodthirsty animals, but it's like, no, it's we have so much respect for those animals. They don't even understand. Like, the fact that even yourself, like you said, you're out in you're in the bog and you're in the muck and you're in whatever, and you're just doing it so you can learn about that animal, and the respect we have for those things. It's it's out of this world, and people just don't get it. So, but anyways,
And you can't explain it to them.
no, you can't. You can't. It's the thrill of the hunt is one thing, but the thrill after the hunt is a totally different thing that people just don't get. The camaraderie, like you don't make.
It's personal, right? And you can't convey that.
No, like the friends you've made through hunting, right? Those life last forever, right? So
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
funny.
sir.
I have like 3 different friend groups, right? You have my friends from high school that never really hunted, never shot a bow. And then I have my hunting buddies, my archery buddies, right? And I could share stories with my hunting buddies all day and share laughs and all that. If I tell those same stories to my other friend groups, they're like, "You're fucking weird, man. You're crazy." They just don't get it. No, they just don't get it.
it was just like a friend of mine's like, "Oh, so you gutted it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what else are you gonna do with it after? You have to." And he's like making all these puking noises. I'm like, "It's not like that, man. It's so not like that."
I still remember my one buddy was like, asked me if if what happened when I got my turkey. I was like, "What do you mean what happens?" I take it home and I pluck it, and then I gut it, and then I cut it up into little pieces, put it in a bag, and then I have it for dinner or whenever. And he goes, "Do you do that by hand?" I go, "Yeah."
Is there another way?
Like, what? They're like, "That's so gross." I'm like, "Do you not touch chicken that from like Fortinos. It's the same shit. It's the
Okay,
same
so
thing, just a couple extra steps.
That's more gross.
Really?
Touching the chicken from Fortino's is disgusting.
Walmart
but
chicken's gross.
It's the same concept.
Where my daughters got the weirdest results, I guess, was bears, because none of their friends hunt,
Yeah.
and the girls were hunting, right? So they were going out and they were popping off bears and all that. And they couldn't imagine. They thought they were just shooting them and leaving them in the bush. They had, like you say, they have no clue, right?
Yeah.
And then when she told them that we were eating them, well, that was just a mind blower for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, bear's
You
actually
eat
really good.
bear? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yuck.
And sometimes
Ugh.
I even eat with my clothes on.
So you started hunting, and then when did you start getting into like 3D archery and competitive archery? I know you did 3D, but I'm not sure. Did you ever shoot indoor or anything like that?
I never shot indoor, strictly 3D. And again, started that in '86, because when I moved to Timmins, my brother was the president of the Timmins Bow Hunters.
Okay.
And '86, there was only a few clubs really in Ontario, and 3D targets weren't even out yet. They had 2D targets. Delta had 2D targets, and at the time that was primo, right? So when I moved to Timmins, about 2 weeks after I got there, they had a tournament up there, and I shot that and just got hooked. Like that was it. So then at that time, Timmins had a shoot, North Bay, Sudbury, Sudbury, Timmins, and North Bay. They only had one shoot a year, and it was the first 3 weekends of August. So the entire clubs would support each other, and the shoots were big, like for Northern Ontario, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they really catered to the shooters. Like there was free camping there. We would have a pig roast or a corn roast. It was a 2-day shoot. Lots of shooting. Like it was for everybody, right? And that was the big event. And then all of a sudden, more archery clubs came in. And believe it or not, it was a detriment at the time, because some of the clubs would be 5 miles apart.
Oh,
and then the participation in each club split. And there goes your revenue, because you need the revenue to keep the club going, right? So that was bad and good. It was a double-edged sword. It was nice to see the more clubs, but it hurt a lot of clubs when that happened.
My vision for at least this area was to do like a Triple Crown kind of event, have like 3 clubs together. We kind of did that with
nice.
we kind of did that last year with the Full Draw Caribou Cup tournament. So we had Josh Webb from Galt, we had Peyton from Elmira in our club, and then 2 podcasts. This was before our podcast started, but Caribou Media and Full Draw podcasts. They got all kinds of sponsors, and they really went to town for us. So I can't thank those guys enough. So it was actual real fun event. But yeah, I'm kind of I tend to pontificate on the show. Are they doing it again this year? Yeah, we're running it again. We're going to run it again. It'll be I think ours is the first in May. That we always do the May long weekend at Rural City, and then Josh is going to do his at Galt and the weekend after Chris Perkins' event. I think he's doing his on the
TWPC or something.
Yeah. And then Elmira usually does theirs later.
Last year I tried to register for your shoot.
Okay.
For the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
The classic or whatever you called it. And so I went online to do it, and it said that they were only taking 100 shooters. And you would register, and then they'd get back to you to let you know if you were part of the 100. I never did get a reply. That was for the Elmira shoot. So I figured they were full anyhow.
Elmira was pretty, I think there's only like 63 people.
No, yeah, we had 70 people.
Well, they just don't like me then.
No, and that would be my fault. So I'll take the blame for that. I was swamped with a whole bunch of things, and I probably just didn't get back to you. So I do apologize for that.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
Yeah, it's so again, I do all the admin for that tournament. So it got to be a lot by the end of the year. And plus I was running, I'm the president of Royal City. So it's like, I'm doing all the stuff there. Thankfully I have Justin here. Like Justin, him and his wife, like they really help, and my wife, when I can't do it, they're doing what I can't do. And then Misha helps us with social media now, so that really helps me out a lot. So, but yeah, it was. I was pretty swamped. So yeah, and I think we had a lot of people already registered, but they just didn't show up. So that was another problem. So because
What
you
was that?
paid so a lot of people had registered. Like we had 100 people registered, but they didn't show up for the last event because either they were too far out of first place to win, so they didn't pay, or they figured, or they had it, because it was hunting season's coming around the corner there, and there's a lot of weddings going on at that time. So
It was
uh,
September, right?
yeah, it was.
What
It,
better time to practice?
yeah, exactly. I agree. I totally agree.
Myra, the Myra one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Elmira one. There
I
was
was opening of early season goose
Bear. Yeah, Goose,
and bear.
and I think Bear was open too. Yeah. So like,
Yeah,
if you weren't gonna
most
win,
people
like you might as well go hunting, right? So I think Benoit Boulet
Well,
at that time was way ahead. So
got like 20 points.
yeah,
And
25.
Bruno was up by like 50.
yeah,
there's more to it than just winning an archery tournament.
I agree.
Just the
Totally agree.
camaraderie and the people that you go there with, you never knew before. And after a shoot or two,
Mhm.
they almost become family because you see them at every.
Yeah,
So why not go and just shoot? Beat yourself. If you can't beat first place, just beat yourself and be happy. Like
Yeah.
if you beat yourself, you've improved.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
that's definitely my philosophy because I can't beat anybody else.
I find a lot of people take it way too serious.
Yeah,
Like let's face it, it's Ontario. You might win a couple $100 at best. You're not winning a brand new Ford pickup, right? You get bragging rights until the next shoot. It's nice to shoot well and to say I shot well amongst my peers. That's the bragging rights.
yeah,
But you know what? Most people think they shoot better than they do. What happens is, and this is just my own opinion, they'll go out to the club, they'll keep score, they'll go out and they'll shoot, and they come back and they shot a personal best. So say Joe Blow shot a 212, right? 20 targets. That automatically becomes his goalpost. I should be able to do that every time. That's not his average shooting. So every time he goes out now, all he does is get frustrated because he's shooting 190, right? It was that one day he was cutting every line there and he got 212.
yeah,
So he thinks he's a 212 shooter, but he's not. He's a 190 shooter.
yeah.
And he just ends up getting frustrated that way. Whereas just go and beat yourself, be happy with that. And if that is good enough to place, then you did well. You did really well.
Yeah. It gets back to practicing with purpose, right? So, um, like there's a million different things to practice in this game. So, and one of the practices I do when I am competing is once a week I'll shoot a score, and because I want to know my average score, and I keep a running total of the scores, and then I'm realistic. Okay, this is my average, and when I go to a tournament, I know I'm going to shoot at least 5 under that average, at least 5, maybe 10 under that average. And then you got to set your expectations to be a little bit realistic, and I don't go there saying I'm going to shoot less than 10. I go there thinking, okay, I'm going to shoot 10 over. Like I try to visualize that I'm going to shoot well. I'm going to be able to focus through every shot. I'm going to be able to do every arrow. But I just know like when the pressure of competition is there. And even though we talk about Ontario, yeah, you're going to win this and you're going to win that, but there's still pressure, right? When you're competing, and you know that as well as anyone, Rick. So when you're competing, you get a little bit tenser, you get a little bit tighter.
You can't beat yourself up over it. And I think the reason I have that mentality is I've always been the underdog. I shot bear bow for years and shot it pretty damn good, if I have to say so. And when I first started shooting, bear bow was the largest category. Aging myself. And then it was sights. So it was just called bear bow and sights. That was it. And traditional. Traditional and bear bow were the biggest ones. And then the sights came. And then the release came. So they called that unlimited. And everyone was just filtering out. Well, I was one of the last ones to hang on to no sights, right? So then I went traditional because there was still a decent traditional happening. But prior to doing that, you'd go to a tournament. Like I shot the provincials at the Wolf's Den. And I was shooting my compound, bear bow, but there's no sense shooting bear bow. Like going into the category, there might be 3 people, and how can you hold your head up, right? So I'd always bump myself up, and I shot in the limited category. And I shot pretty good barebow. So at the Wolf's Den that year, I come in third, shooting against the sights, right?
Nice.
So when I first showed up, everybody knew I shot barebow. Like that was just a given. So I showed up to the practice range, and I thought, well, if I have to shoot in the sight division, I'm going to put a set of sights on. So I had a set of old rainbow sights, great big round knobs on the end, like nail polish. They're god awful. But I put them on backwards, so they stuck away. But I had sights on. I was shooting the sight division. Damn it, I was going to have sights on, right? So I'm standing at the practice line, and I take a shot, and one guy looks at me and says, looks like you're shooting a little low left. But I got the fix for that, and I had a yellow Fuller screwdriver in the back pocket. I took it out, just started beating the hell out of my sights, and he's looking at me like I lost my mind. Take another shot. Boop. I said, yep, that'll work, thanks. So by the end of the tournament, when I was all done, I came back in. I had one pin left, and it was just hanging. But I shot the sight division.
Oh God.
And that's the best part of the archery, guys. You got to have fun, right?
For sure.
Oh my. Yeah, that
And,
sounds like a lot of fun. Beating up your equipment.
I think you and I shot together. I think
A lot of
it
people
was
don't like shooting with me, I guess.
So I think, Rick, you and I shot together. I think it was at Oxford, and you were shooting pins. And
A year or two ago?
Pardon me? I think it was 3 years ago.
A year or two ago?
Maybe 2 years ago, yeah.
2 years ago? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were shooting pins, and man, oh man, I couldn't believe, like, you were shooting awesome, shooting pins. And I was shooting a slider, and I was like, holy crap, I wish I could shoot a slider like this guy shoots pins. My goodness. So
Well, you got to get lucky once in a while.
yeah, okay. I don't think that was luck. Yeah. I think luck is when you hit a tree and it goes into 10, right? So yeah, when you're shooting 10s the whole day with sights.
Sooner be lucky than good.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you could be me and hit a 2x4.
Yeah.
2x6.
Yeah, archery is a pretty big part of my life. Like usually on a normal year, I'm shooting 7,500 arrows a day, and that's year round. I'll go out in the backyard, plow a spot out of snow, and keep shooting. But
Wow.
not this year.
Okay, too cold.
Too much snow.
Too much snow, yeah.
No, I'm probably getting shoulder surgery, so
Oh no.
I can get about 2 shots in, and I'm done.
I'm sorry to hear that. Jeez.
Part of getting old.
So
Yeah, that sucks.
when did you primarily shoot ASA or IBO?
ASA only recently come into Ontario.
Okay.
So Ontario's been IBO the whole time. ASA came in when the ONT 3D started, and that was the only game in town with ASA. And that was a turning point in Ontario because they did an amazing job. I don't know if you guys have ever shot it when it was around. An amazing job on it. Like these tournaments were well run. And that got the ASA mindset rolling in Ontario. Now you have Bruno's, you have Carl's, you have Peter's, there's a number of them out there now. And they're run very similar to the way the ONT 3D was. And they're the main events in the summer now. Like these are good shoots. And if you want competition, that's where they are.
So,
Yeah.
So when you shot ASA or when you were shooting the ASA tournaments, how did you decide to shoot for the 12 or go for the 10? Like, what was your mindset like where you decided to shoot for the 12 instead of the 10?
When you go from IBO to ASA, you're deathly afraid of that 12 because it's high risk, high reward, right? So you're so used to shooting center mass. So what I would try to do, and sometimes it worked, is I would try to shoot just low of center, like go for the top of the lower 12 for the biggest margin of error, right? But the guys that are good at it, you got Bruno and Dean Higgins, like those guys, they gun for them and they're hitting them consistently. Like they're in a different league than I am by far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They're in a different league than all of us here, that's for sure.
100%. But they also shoot tons of arrows every day, personal setups in the backyard. Like, it's insane. I wish I could. I live in the city, but my neighbors would absolutely complain.
Just shoot in your shipping container.
Yeah.
It's literally only like 6 yards.
Better than nothing.
I got a target bag back there, right,
That's
right
turkey
there.
distance. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's turkey distance.
Exactly. So, Rick, when did you? Let's. I'd like to get to Just Us Hunting because it's funny. I started watching some episodes recently, and I'm like, I remember this show because I actually used to watch it, and I love hunting shows. So, and it was, I remember I used to watch it. I think I'd watched every episode. And when did that show start?
Long time ago now. 15 years ago, maybe. How it started, it was, I got a big mouth. But if I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it, right? So it started off, it started off when we first started moose hunting. Carl would go out with a big old VHS camera, and he would film our hunts. And they were terrible. Nobody would want to watch them except for the people that were involved in it. Because you would have 10 minutes where you forgot to turn it off and you're walking and the camera's going like this. There was no editing, right? It was brutal, but it was ours, right? So you fast forward a few years, and then I went out and I bought a $300 camcorder because everybody seemed to be doing it. And I started a blog, and I would film the hunts, just a little bit, right? So the episodes were 5 minutes, and you would do it, and I would try to edit it myself and all that. It was terrible, but people liked it, right? So I had that going for a couple of years, and finally now the rest of the moose hunt gang, they're buying cameras, and now we're starting to get into it a little bit better, but still our gear was garbage. So somebody said, you got some really good content on there. You should do a TV show. Okay, sure, I'll do it. And that's how it started. Had no idea what was involved in a TV show. Nothing. If I knew, I wouldn't have done it because it was crazy. But all of a sudden now you're into cameras. You buy a camera and you think you bought a good one. Then HD came out. Now you got to buy different cameras. You got to buy mics, and the first mics you buy are junk because you always go cheap. Then you end up buying the Sennheisers and lighting and all this other stuff, right? And it never ended. But the guys that were moose hunting with us, they were all good. They all went out and they bought, some good quality cameras. And most of these shows are self-filmed. So that's a feat in itself, right?
Yeah, for sure.
There's a few. The bear hunts aren't, right? There's always somebody the wife or the girls would be filming or hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the deer hunts and the moose hunts, most of them are self-filmed.
Really?
So everybody had their own gear. And then we would go in there, but most of the crew thought, I'm going to film the hunt. And it consisted of the kill shot. And I'm giving them shit. They say, come on, guys, we need bee footage. I don't care if it's an ant crawling up the bark. Film it. We have to tell a story. So I would spend the whole damn moose hunt filming bee footage, and I would get a kill shot from Carl or Bruce or Richard or somebody, and then try to piece everything together, right? So when it was finally said and done, they finally started to do a little bit. It wasn't enough for an episode. Kept me on my toes. But it was an eye-opener, to say the least, when I did it. So when we first did it, we made a trailer. It was me and John Van Loo. He's a local guy around here that was part of the show. And he had a barn and a little room in the barn, and we fixed it all up and made it look rustic looking and that. And we filmed the indoor session of it, right? And we had scripts. We had everything. We didn't have a clue. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I send it into Wild TV. Tell me what you think. Give me your honest opinion. I thought it was bad. They thought it was horrendous. So that was the end of that. I wasn't going to try editing anything, right? And there was no more scripts. The reason it was called Just Us Hunting was I was watching these hunting shows, and there was Jim Shockey in Russia going in with a helicopter, Lee and Tiffany. These guys are on big dollar hunts, or on ranch hunts, or they're on hunts that you and I will never go on. And I thought, there's no hunt out there where it's just regular people like you and me, people like Just Us Hunting.
Oh,
and that's how the name came about.
yeah, that's one thing when I do watch the show, it's you really get that sense like it's like a hunt I've been on, right? It's all very familiar. So that's what I really liked about the show is and I was talking to Justin. I shot the frozen finger last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and I was talking to another gentleman who watched the show as well, and he said the same thing. He's like, "Yeah, I love that show because of it was, it's a local guy, and it's like hunts I'm going to be able to do, and yeah, it was quite great." And actually, going back to the bee footage stuff, I actually watched the episode where you were giving the guy shit about not doing bee footage. I thought it was hilarious. So, that was hilarious.
That was the name of the episode, was bee
Yeah,
footage.
it was bee footage. Yeah. It well, do you have any favorite episodes from that show? Do you think?
All of them, really. They're near and dear to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're all good in one way or another. They all mean different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate we didn't do a third season. We had it filmed, just not edited. And
Okay.
that would have blew the first 2 seasons out of the water. We had some
Really?
amazing footage, amazing hunts, big moose, big bears. The girls doubled down on turkeys one morning. Like it would have been just a super, super season. Yeah.
Nice.
But if you're going to pull the pin, you can't wait. You're going to do it. You made the decision. Let's do it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think was one was it one episode I think you were talking about or no, it wasn't an episode. I read an article. Someone was asking you about the show, and I think y- you you talked about how you didn't want to do a show where it's it's all these extravagant hunts or whatever. The other thing you mentioned too, what I liked was you didn't want to have a show where you had this infighting kind of stuff that a lot of these shows like to do, right? And I actually like the show because of that as well. There's not like it's not you and your daughter fighting over this or you and your wife. Like there are some funny moments between you and your wife when I think she's having some issues doing one of the lines, and you just keep. I think it's like a blooper reel. You just keep going at her. I thought that was hilarious, but yeah,
There's one episode, like it's honest. What you see there actually happened. There's nothing. And there's one episode I lose my shit on my daughter or my wife. I can't remember, over a bear. They shot a bear. They call me up. I go in there. Is it a good shot? I don't know. Shit. Where'd you shoot him? Right there. It's like, no. Where'd you hit him? He was right there. No, come on. Like, cut me some slack here. I'm walking into a dirty old cedar swamp. I need to know if I'm walking into a dead bear or if I'm walking into one that's badly wounded, right? So I end up giving her shit, and it's like 30 seconds of just beeps. But that's what happened. So we filmed it, right? It's an honest, what you see there is 100% honest.
yeah, and that really happens too. Like I've remember my wife shot her first bear. I'm like, what happened? Like, where did he go? I don't know. I'm like, okay, did you hit him? I'm like, she's like, I don't know. Okay, so I guess she says I think it went that way, and so I just started walking that way, and yeah, 60 yards in, there he was. He was she put a good shot on him. It was a clean kill.
That's the nice thing about bears. They die so easy.
Yeah, it was her first one, so it was I tell the story too. Like uh, like I've taken people hunting. I remember I took this young guy hunting once. He was 14. He shot his first grouse, and he cried. And I'm not making fun of him. That's not what I'm trying to do. But when Valerie shot her first bear, she wanted to come out of the tree right away. She's not shaking. She's not nothing. I'm like, holy mackerel, man, you're a stone cold killer. Holy jeez. So yeah, she just come out of the tree and wanted to find that bear. And I was like, well, first we got to know where he went. First we got to know where you hit him. First we got to know, whatever. So yeah, but yeah, she's something else. Like
Well, everybody goes through a full range of emotions on that first
yeah,
kill.
yeah, for sure.
They may show it differently, but every emotion hits them.
Yeah, yeah. Like
They've
even
never ever killed anything before, right?
yeah, even
Now
like
they
when I
see the action, the reaction of their action.
yeah, yeah. Even when I shot that moose, I was elated at first, and I was sad too because it's like that's a big animal, and it's never gonna be able to run around anymore or whatever, right? So
Well, let me tell you that feeling leaves pretty quick.
especially when that work starts. Holy mackerel, that's a lot of work getting one of those out of the bush.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you actually about Louise's bear, because the 700-pound monster, that's him there.
Okay, so we got some insight about how a bear is measured. We thought it was paw size, but it's actually, Rick, what is it?
Okay, hang on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Because we were like, man, there's no way it's a 21-inch paw.
No, I'm pretty sure it's. I'm
there's
pretty
no
sure it's
chance.
skull.
Okay,
It's
I got
skull
some
size.
stuff here.
Oh,
Show and
nice.
tell.
Awesome.
Well, Louise's bear was, if I had to put an exact number on it, 710 pounds. It was a brute, big bear.
Oh, it was big.
A couple years after, I shot one and it was 621 pounds. So this is the skull from 621. So it measured 20, something like 20 and 5/8 inches. That's well into Pope and Young. Okay. Here we go. This one, Louise's, this is her bear.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Very noticeable difference.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
This thing's a monster. And it was 21 and I think 7/16. And at the time, it was number 3 in Ontario. So that's Boone and Crockett. And now I think it's down to number 5 or something.
That's still good.
Yeah, but still 5 in all of Ontario is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you guys get that bear?
Right there. We were up in the Cochrane district.
Right there, points to right behind his shoulder blade. Oh my God.
My brother is an outfitter up in Kapuskasing. So we would stay at his place and we were hunting an hour from there. And it wasn't on any of his BMAs. He had 4 BMAs, bear management areas. So we would stay well away from them because that's just not good business. Like, can you imagine you're paying an outfitter for his services and everything, and then a relative walks in with this shot on his BMA? Not good business. So we had nothing to do with it. Like we were 180 degrees away from any of his BMAs. But we were in the Cochrane district. So go 45 minutes in any direction around Kapuskasing and you may be there.
Wow, there you go. I don't know if these boys have ever been up to Cap. Have you guys ever been up to Kapuskasing?
No.
I don't even know where that is.
No, guys.
Never
You know
heard
where
of it.
North Bay is?
I've heard
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, it's halfway.
Oh, wow, so it's up there.
Actually, I'm going there next Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Are you going up to start baiting for bear or?
No, I'm going up ice fishing. Family Day weekend every year. My daughter and I go in. My brother still has one camp. He sold everything to his son, actually. And he kept one camp for himself. So we go in there every year. And let's just say we have a good stress relieving weekend.
Yeah. Well, for a little while earlier in the winter season, we thought it wasn't going to be cold enough to do some ice fishing.
Yeah,
And then
no.
we got 2 straight weeks of -20. And now I don't want it to be -20 anymore. Just, like,
We
yes, I
were up-
wanted to ice fish, but not that bad.
We were up there one year. And we always go up Family Day weekend. And February is the worst time of the year to go ice fishing. Like it's just the worst because the slush is everywhere. It's brutal. You're going to get stuck. The fish don't bite. So why not go, right? So we were up there one year and it was 57 below
Holy
Ooh.
mackerel.
and it was cold.
But
we
it
went
was.
fishing. It was hard to keep the holes open though.
Do you have a
We were
hut?
out-
Are you one of those guys that has a hut or just sits on a bucket?
Well, if you've seen this hut, you wouldn't say so. It's 6 feet by, I don't know if it'd be 4 feet. And basically all it is a bench. There's no holes in it. You just go in there to get out of the wind, thaw your hands out and get back out.
Nice, nice.
Nothing
That's the way
but
to do
class and style when I go.
You guys take the snowmobiles up too, or?
It's, 35 kilometers in by snowmobile.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And this year they got so much snow up there. I was talking to my nephew tonight because they went in today to see if they could get the hut out on the lake. So I asked him if he made it. And this is the 3rd time they went in. And every time they have to recut the trail because there's so
Jeez.
much snow. The
Yeah.
trees are coming down and they have to cut it. So now, like next year, there's going to be nothing but tall stumps, right? They're going to have to cut all that again.
Yeah.
So anyhow, they got to the camp. You got the hut all hooked up. They got about 50 feet. Then the hut broke through the hard pack trail and found terra firma. And that's where it's going to stay. He said, there's just so much snow. Yeah. So I guess a tarp next weekend's going to be our windbreak.
Oh no.
Oh man, you got to be tough to be ice fishing and capexcasing in February. Jesus.
Well,
Wow.
I was always told you're only young once, but you can be stupid all your life.
Do not tell my foreman that.
God.
God.
So I guess so you got 2 seasons into the show. You got a 3rd season you didn't edit. Do you miss it at all?
I miss the end result. I don't miss the work that was involved. Like I am working full time, and over and above that, I was doing 40 to 60 hours a week, just about year round, going after sponsors. And that was a huge, huge pain in the ass, right? Like everyone thinks it's a piece of cake. If you want to make money in life, don't have a TV show. I told my daughters, I said, we started this 10 years too late because everybody was doing it. Everybody that had a camcorder, they were out filming a show and they were putting it on TV. So we would go to the ATA show to drum up sponsors. And you learn awful fast that you're nothing but the scourge of earth, right? Because they're there trying to make money selling their product. We're there trying to take their money. So they really don't want anything to do with, and that's all it is down there is people that have TV shows, right? So I went to this one prospect and gave him my pitch and all that. And he asked what he would get for the amount that I said. And I told him. And he said, well, why would I do that when Billy Bob and Ellie Mae over here in Macon County will give me a title sponsorship for a bow? How do you compete with that?
You can't.
I said, well, title sponsorship for a bow. I said, Billy Bob and Ellie Mae in Macon County are airing to 300 people, right, in Macon County.
Mhm.
I said, of course they can do that. They have no overhead. They have nothing. I said, but you're not getting anything in return for that 300 people, right? So the old saying, figures lie and liars figure, you become good at it.
Okay.
You have to. You don't want to lie, but you have to word it in such a way that it sounds a lot better than it actually is. And when I asked Wild TV for their demographics, right? How many people are viewing? Like, I need these numbers. He said, we gave up. We don't, because they have to pay money for that. He said, we gave up. We don't want to know. Because Canada's a non-market. There's 40 million people in Canada. New York has like 40 million people, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not a market in Canada.
Yeah.
So they said, well, Wild TV is available in 11 million houses in Canada. That's not a lie. It's not watched in 11 million houses. It's available. If they want, they can purchase Wild TV. So you don't say that. You just say, our show is available in every house across the country. Not a lie, but you're in gray area, right?
Yeah.
So you really had to kind of play that game, and I didn't really care for it.
Yeah. I would have difficulty doing that as well. I couldn't sell ice to Eskimos, so it's, yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, you guys are doing it right. And like I say, I was 10 years too early or too late, right? And also 10 years too early. Now I'm just old. I don't want to do anything, right? But the reason I say 10 years too early is everybody's doing it online, YouTube, and they're getting far more views on YouTube than you ever would on TV in Canada.
And it's free.
And they're making money, right? So I started and finished in between the 10 years that I should have or the 10 years that I could have. It was like a dead area where you'd go on TV, work your ass off for sponsors and just go crazy to break even, basically, for me, right? It was a lot of work. Put up with a lot of shit from the wife, too.
Well, that doesn't change.
That's behind the scenes.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't change. So,
You asked me this morning about how I met Bruno.
oh yes.
Did he tell you?
Not really. He asked me to ask you, so he kind of said you just tripped over some stuff.
That was at ONT3D.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. So ONT3D had just started, and I think it might have been their third shoot. So by this time, people know how the format's going. So people are now going with campers and tents and trailers, and they're pulling up. So I can't even remember the venue we were at. Might have been Batawa or something. So I'm parked there, got my trailer there, the small fifth wheel, and I'm parked beside Bruno, his trailer. And it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, external factors may have been in play. And I'm sitting there thinking, here we are. We're at an archery shoot. You're shooting with these people. You're talking to these people all day. You have a lot in common. Why aren't we talking at night? Like everybody was just stuck in their trailers. So I grabbed my glass of water and I walked around the corner and it's frickin' dark. And they're sitting there and they got a couple small little yellow patio lights outside that didn't illuminate anything. I come walking around the corner and I hit this gravel pile and I face planted so hard into that. The next morning, my head imprint and my shoulder imprint were in it. I stand back up, I'm looking at him and like you had to look to see him because it was so frickin' dark there with these little lamps. And the only thing I said to him was like, what the hell are you guys? Vampires? Turn some goddamn lights on, right? So that's how I met Bruno.
Nice.
So the shoot after that, everybody would bring something to eat after the shoot. So you'd see Bruno and his gang over there. Dale and his gang would be over there. The Oswego boys would be over here. We'd be over here. We all had stuff. And it was like, why? So the next shoot, I made a messenger group and I just sent a message out to everybody. Let's do a potluck. Tell me what you're bringing, put it on here. And that was it. So even to this day now, when we go to Carl's, Bruno's, Peter's, wherever you're camping, okay? Even we went to the East Coast 2 years ago for the Nationals. Even there, we did the same thing. Big potluck. And now, Christ, I don't even have to send out the invite because they're sending me the info beforehand. I'm stuck with doing it now, right? But that brought everybody together and it made them so much closer. Like people that you never would have known, really.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now it's getting big. Like we had, at one, we probably had 60 people there for supper. It started off with 6.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it speaks a lot to there's a common thread to this. We're 20 episodes in, and every guest we talk to is always about how how close the archer community can be, and how giving, generous, and friendly, right? Because and I know Misha's talked about it, just I talk about it, but you especially 3D, you go and you're shooting with 4 guys, and what else are you gonna do when you're waiting while the other guy shoots, right? You're gonna start chatting and whatever. So, and you make so many friends, like just shooting these tournaments. Like you say, you see them all the time, and it's amazing. It's just there's not
And
too many
some
other sports like
interesting
it.
characters.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's some
That's a good
characters
sport.
out there.
You got to love
Oh,
it.
I do, for sure. I do. Yeah. So kind of what are you doing now, Rick, for with your time? Just is it all outdoor stuff?
Healing. So this year when I was moose hunting, I completely severed my Achilles heel.
Oh.
So my wife was moose hunting with us this year. So she goes, you better go to the doctor. So first off, I'm walking into a spot because I haven't been in there yet this year. And I step in the hole and my foot bends up this way instead of backwards, right? So it just snapped it. So I was like, son of a bitch. So anyhow, I'm so close, might as well finish the walk, right? So I walk in, I come out, can't shift gears on my bike because my foot hurts so damn much, right? So anyhow, I get it into like 3rd gear and you're chugging along. Finally, I get up to speed, go back to camp. I go walking in and I'm hobbling. I'm not saying anything. My wife's looking at me with daggers. Like she knows something's up, right? It wouldn't be the first time she took me to the hospital during a moose hunt. So anyhow, go to the hospital. I'm not going to the hospital. I said, it was 2 or 3 days left. I said, when I go home, I'll go to the hospital. So I come home. I don't go to the hospital. Still, it's a real pain in the ass to walk. So 3 weeks or 2 weeks go by. And then finally my foot starts going black and my leg's going black. I better go to the hospital. So then they put a referral in for a surgeon, right? So I go see him and, oh no, he goes, when was this happening? I said, about 3 weeks ago. Well, that's too far gone. We can't do surgery on that. So it is what it is. So I'm in physio right now, trying to get some kind of strength back into it. And then I'm just getting old. I'm probably getting a hip done this year. I'm getting my shoulder done. I'll be bionic before it's over.
You want to carry moose out all
So
by
I don't
yourself?
know what's going to happen this year. Eh?
I said you'll be able to carry moose all by yourself your bionic hip and your bionic shoulder.
Been done before.
Well, I saw you trying to drag that 700-pound bear out, and I was like, that's not happening. So on the show,
That was a beast. Holy Christ. I got my 2 daughters and my wife with me, and I'm thinking, I can move that, right? I put a dinky little strap around its head. No. It was like, oh, plus, here we go. The fall before, I broke my back in 3 places.
God.
So hunting. So when I tried to move it, it really didn't feel good. Yeah, it was like, I can't move.
Yeah,
It was that was the hardest bear we've ever had to get out of the bush.
Oh my God, I can't even
Mine,
imagine.
it was 620 something. It was
That's
the easiest.
yeah, but that's still a beast of
So
a bear.
here's something interesting. Now, maybe I'm full of shit, but I'm going to tell you how I did it. When we first started bear hunting, and 99% of your bear baits are like this. You would walk in, you walk past your tree stand to your barrel, you dump your bait, come back into your tree stand, right? You would shoot your bear. Where did he go? Straight away or, left or right. Either way was deeper in the bush. So towards the end, I'd walk in, I'd have the bait, and then I'd go in further and have the tree stand. So this one that I shot worked like a top. He come in, I take a shot, takes off towards the road, dies on top of a hill. I back the truck in, give it a push, rolls right into the back of the truck. Done.
Sweet.
Nice.
That's your Just Us hunting tip of the week.
Nice. Oh, I actually, on that note, I think we should call her a night. But wanted to thank you, Rick. And
Oh,
yeah,
very
it was
good.
great.
I
Great
appreciate
conversation.
the invite, guys. We're on to something good. Keep it up.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rick.
I'm Justin Harrison. You can find me on Instagram at Justy_785 or on Facebook. Just look up Justin Harrison.
I'm Misha Corso. You can find me on Instagram at Misha Corso. And if you're looking for some great bow hunting and sport shooting merch, look up Stray Sons Archery on Instagram. The link to our Shopify is in our bio.
I'm Chris LaFleur. If you want to find us, the show is Letdown Podcast on Spotify and YouTube. And on Instagram and Facebook, you can find us at the Letdown Podcast. Catch you next time. This was The Letdown.
Thank you for listening. This was The Letdown.